It is Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022. This is another edition of Baseball Today. That is my man, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose. Producer Dan is along for the ride as well. We are reunited for the first time since Thursday. You missed Friday's show as you were going to Gardy's big Hall of Fame induction ceremony up there in the Twin Cities. Joe's filled in for me on Monday as I was traveling back from Cleveland to Los Angeles. So it is good to see you, my friend. I like that lid, by the way, the Talking Baseball hat.
Hey, thanks, C. Rosie. It's great to see you too. I just said before we started, the show is not the same without you. It's supposed to be me and you forever. And like when you have to go off on your little NFL thing or your BattleBots thing, I'm going to tell you something right now. I miss you.
I miss you too.
That's all, man. I think everyone misses you on the show, so I'm happy to have you back today. We do have some good topics. You sent me questions. I reviewed them.
Oh,
how do you feel about that?
Cool. I love it. I love it. And before we get to our 5 hard-hitting topics, I was scouring social media yesterday, and I saw the blouse that Pete Alonso was wearing into the meeting against the Yankees. Did he pull it off or no?
Wow. I think he did. I'll tell you why I think he did. Not a lot of people could pull that outfit off, but when you're Pete Alonso and you have over 100 RBIs in August, you can do whatever you want with fashion. And I'll tell you this right now, Chris, fashion is all about taking risks. I don't know if this is like an everyday kind of get up for Pete. And if it is, good for him. But I'm happy if it was the other way where he's taking a risk and seeing if it works. New York is a fashion city. You have to look good there. He understands that. And, look good, feel good, play good. Pete Alonso is quickly rising on my ranks for players that I root for.
Yeah.
How about that?
By the way, Dan, if you can throw that up there, and if you're just audio only, we apologize, but it's a short sleeve shirt. It's got some sort of floral pattern right around the midriff section, as you will. Now, I want you to freeze it right there, Dan. To me, I have no problem with the shirt. I've worn plenty of outlandish shirts, particularly in my early days on television, so I like trying things. But he's carrying a bag. But look at how much shit he's got in his pockets. He's got like the Costanza wallet. He's got an oversized phone. Why doesn't he just take that stuff and put it in his attaché case?
So it's a really good point by you, Chris. I'm not a big stuff in my pockets type of guy, but as a male, we don't have a lot of options. He does have the little duffel, which I am for. Right. I'm not like a backpack kind of guy. I think that looks like childish, if you will. So I like that he's holding the duffel, but just put the stuff in there. Just put it in there, Pete.
Yeah. All right, Pete. Give it a shot.
Hey, the floral, though, right above his flower. You know what I'm talking about?
Really?
I was thinking that the whole time.
Were you really?
You were too. Hey, and by the way, all over the Manti Te'o doc on Netflix, Chris Rose, a young Chris Rose. You were all over that thing.
I was in it for 3 seconds, although I did get a gazillion texts about it.
Multiple times you were in that documentary.
Yeah. Little thinner, really long sideburns at the time. Really like old
spiky hair,
type sideburns, spiky hair. Yeah, the whole bit. I've heard it all.
Olivia goes, he was so young.
I know, no shit. You see, better yet,
hey,
Josh, my oldest son, texts me. He's like, "You look so young." I was like, "Who do you think I have to blame for the way I look now, Josh? Who do you think?"
Yourself.
Probably. Let's get to the topics. Aaron Judge hits his 47th homer in the Yanks win over Max Scherzer and the Mets, while Albert Pujols remains red hot and connected on number 693 for the only run in a Cards win at Wrigley. Which chase are you more interested in? Judge trying to become the Yankees single-season home run champion, which is a pretty big deal, or Albert joining the 700 club?
I don't want people to think I'm a Judge hater because I talked about Shohei being the MVP over him, all this stuff. And now I'm going to say I'd rather see Albert's chase ahead of Judge's just because for a couple of reasons. One, I think Judge is going to be here and doing these types of chases for, I would say, another 5-6 good years. We got a chance to see this out of Judge. Albert says this no matter what is it for him. He's 3 away from A-Rod. I think that's what everyone is hoping, that he at least can get past A-Rod. Right now, he's playing like 3 games, day off, 3 games, day off. We know they want him against lefties. That's what he's been doing. So like, I'm kind of like schedule watching, like who are the teams they're playing coming up? How many lefties they have in their rotation, in their bullpen, all this stuff. When I think of like the number 700, you just understand like how many home runs that is. And for Albert to kind of do what he's done, I think on July 4th, he was hitting like 1 something, and then he just has gone off. We didn't think he had a chance to do this, and now he's kind of brought us all in. I think all of baseball is watching Albert Pujols and rooting for him. Maybe not if you're a Cubs fan, I guess. I don't know how that would be. The home run he hit last night was, I think they might be too. I think they have some respect for him.
Totally.
But I'm much more interested in that chase just because of how long it takes someone to hit that many homers. You have to be so good for so long. We've talked about on this show before. So I'm all in on the Albert Pujols chase. I kind of don't believe him that he says he's going to retire after this year, no matter what. I can't imagine being left on 699 or something like that. Right, C. Rosie?
I think it's something he'll have to evaluate because I've said this countless times. I thought he was a charity case when they signed him in spring training. I really did. I thought they were like, okay, cute little story. And I remember saying, God, I hope it doesn't end with his release. Like they can't release him. Well, now forget about releasing him. The dude's numbers against left-handed pitching are astronomical. They are out of this world. I don't think we can make a big enough story about it that a guy who's in his early 40s is doing this in a consistent basis against left-handed pitching. I respect the hell out of the Yankees organization, what Aaron Judge is doing, the fact that he could pass Babe Ruth, Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle for the most homers in a single season up there is not lost on me. The reason for me it's all about Pujols is one, at the beginning of the season, I thought he had no shot at it. So I didn't have any expectations. I believe that Aaron Judge could hit 60 plus homers. I think he's that good. Also, in our lifetime, at least in my lifetime, I've never been able to enjoy somebody entering the 700 home run club. With Barry Bonds, there was a stink around it. With Hank Aaron, I was a baby. With Alex Rodriguez, I didn't enjoy his pursuit of 700 because of everything else that was transpiring with him. With Albert Pujols, we can all feel good about it. There's no, well, what ifs, or he did that, or here and it. No, it's all, we're just witnessing greatness. And I love watching greatness.
His first year was 2001, Chris. 2001. I remember Y2K and where I was in 2000. I think I was a freshman in high school in 2001. Albert's there, winning Rookie of the Year, 4th in the MVP, Silver Slugger, All-Star, his rookie year in 2001. Like, this guy's been on a pace since then. Think about that, man. Like, guys come and go in this game a lot. It's hard to stay in the big leagues. It's hard to be successful for that long. Pitchers figure you out. Your age catches up to you. You know, your body starts to fatigue, whatever it is. Albert's found a way to just be a continual force. And I know a lot of that time was lost in Anaheim. It's so cool to see him rejuvenated. I think it started with the Dodgers. And now back with the Cardinals. It's been right for him. It just feels right.
By the way, you said, well, how many homers is 700? Imagine for 20 straight years, you hit 30 homers.
Well, it's 35 actually.
Shy.
Yeah.
I know. So what I'm saying is you're still 100 shy if you just hit 30 for 20 straight years. It's unbelievable. And good for him, by the way. It's his first month with 7 homers since June of 2015. He's had 7 homers in 40 plate appearances in August.
You know what I like about Albert too? It's like he hasn't had the 60 home runs. He hasn't had the,
right.
Whatever. Like, it's been, I think his most home runs was 49.
I think it was 40. Yeah, 49.
And he's just kind of been consistent, 30 to 40, upper 40s. It's even that number alone, when you get into the 40s, is a lot of home runs, Chris, a lot of home runs. And now this guy has just done it year in and year out. So go Albert, man. I think you're right. I think even the Cubs fans, even Brewers, like, I'm trying to think who hates the Cardinals. Everybody is rooting for this guy to do it.
Well, I think Cubs fans are rooting for him more so than Brewers fans, just because of the contention deal.
Sure.
We're in contention. All right. Carlos Correa back in Houston tonight for the first time as a visiting player. You have any interest in how that goes down?
Not really, because I think it's going to be a warm ovation. I think the fans still really like Carlos there. I know there was a little bit of contention as he left and turned down what they thought or what Houston thought was a fair deal for him. And that kind of happens towards the ends of guys' careers in a city. But what he accomplished there, I know there's some asterisks by it, but those fans will never forget those moments. 2017, he had big moments all throughout his playoff career, and I think that's what really sticks with fans is if you do it in those big moments. Like, he's a postseason hero for them. And I mean, even since he stepped on the field in 2015, he was rookie of the year that year and went and had obviously a great, 6-7 years there in Houston. So I don't think there's going to be anything but cheers for this guy. There's going to be a montage on the video board of all his great plays, him smiling. I know he's still doing stuff with his foundation down there. He's hosting a girl from the Uvalde high school or middle school there. And again, I just think it's going to be a warm reception. I don't think there's anything that's going to happen that's going to change that.
They better give him a standing ovation, if for no other reason other than he took it upon himself to be the face of the cheating scandal. He really did. Like, he's the one that fought back. He's the one in spring training of that year. And I'm not defending him. I'm saying it. I'm spinning this from a Houston Astros fan standpoint, okay? Not the rest of the baseball world. I want people to clearly understand this. That he was the one and said, hey, Cody Bellinger, shut your mouth. Stop being a sore loser.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said.
What did he say?
If you don't know the facts, shut the fuck up.
So I tried to clean it up.
Yeah, you didn't.
I didn't. I didn't do a good enough job. But I guess the point is that I guess he made it okay for Astro fans to kind of follow along and still feel good about their World Series championship and all that sort of stuff, even though I'm just saying that he adopted the heel role and he was like, I guess somebody's got to do it, because of course the organization fucked up beyond belief and didn't give those players any direction. They didn't. I don't feel bad for them, because they're the ones that did whatever they did here. But at the same time, there was no uniform message from the organization like, this is how we're going to handle it. It was just every time that somebody opened their mouths, it was terrible.
Yeah, we mentioned this before. These guys, he was 22 years old in 2017. 22 years old with a team full of veterans. Him and Bregman, they probably get it the worst out of anybody, right? Him and Bregman. Altuve gets it. I think he's starting to get a little bit more respect or leeway when you start to look at the numbers. Those numbers are out there. You can look at him. He didn't use the system as much as these guys did, but he was also older too, so he is still a little bit at fault there. But these young guys, I mean, what are you supposed to do? And then for him, like you said, to be the face, the guy to go out there and to take it all on the chin. I was at Dodger Stadium when he came with the Twins. I've never heard louder boos at a park. I really haven't.
Still is. It's pretty prevalent.
It was crazy, and it was Freddie Freeman bobblehead night, so there was a big crowd. But the boos and the yells and everything, this guy has to go deal with that the rest of his career. And you know what? Like, part of me says, yeah, you deserve that, dude. Like, you were part of a massive cheating scandal. But at the same time, you're 22 years old. You're on a team with veterans telling you what to do. Shoot, man, it's hard not to go along with that. I got to be honest with you.
You probably would have gone along with it.
I can't say honestly if I would or wouldn't have. I really can't say. I was involved in trying to steal signs a lot. I was involved in trying to pick up tips on pitchers a lot. Obviously, I did it the right way, the way it's supposed to be done. Whether you're trying to get the sequence from second base or you're just picking up tells on a pitcher. Like, I did like that stuff. I mean, as a hitter, you're at a disadvantage. You're looking for any advantages you can get, as long as you're playing within the rules. The shit that they did was not, I mean, that, to be honest with you, I don't think I would have gone along with that. I don't think that my veterans would have let that happen. I know my veterans wouldn't have let that happen. So I'm very fortunate in that way. If I was put into his shoes and his situation, yeah, I mean, I don't know what would happen.
In the meantime, his first year in Minnesota has been okay. 773 OPS. He does his best work in October. We'll see if the Twins can get there or not. Bryce Harper expected to begin a week-long rehab assignment in AAA, coming back from that busted thumb on that pitch by Blake Snell. Excitement level for Bryce's return, which could come next week. What is it?
I'm very excited. I mean, the Phillies, losing a couple pieces. I know they're in the bullpen, but they could use Bryce's, bat. Obviously, he was hitting 318, 15 homers, 48 ribbies through 64 games when he got hurt. This guy was going off. He was doing it all with like a messed up arm, DHing only. Like they just need this guy's bat out there. There's no doubt about it. And the team I'm actually most excited for is maybe not the Phillies, but my former Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, who are hosting his rehab assignment. They tweeted out about their ticket office and how crazy it has been the last couple of days. So that place already puts on a great show, and they have a great amount of fans that come every night. But I'm betting it's standing room only for the next 5 days when he's there. That's gonna be really cool to see.
I think I declared the Phillies dead when that happened. I was like, there's no way.
We both kind of did, Chris.
Yeah. Well, in part because we were like, okay, Schwarber and Castellanos are going to have to play the corners every day. They don't have anything at center field where they feel comfortable anyway. They're going to miss the reigning MVP and far and away their best player. They just can't do it. And at the time, they were missing Gene Segura as well, who has come back and played great since he was activated. So there were just too many things that were going the wrong direction. But, man, Nola and Wheeler at the top of the rotation. The bullpen has been absolutely unbelievable. Good for them, man. Thompson he must have done just a hell of a job behind the scenes keeping this boat going in the right direction. And that's why I am super excited about Harper. He's one of my favorite players that I've ever watched. He's a guy that just makes me stop what I'm doing when he's up there. He's super interesting. I root for him. I will root for the Phillies to make it to the playoffs. I want to see them go somewhere in this postseason. I just love it.
It's something to watch.
Wait till he gets back up here.
Your thumbs are a big part of, holding the bat. I think that's a pretty obvious statement there. And he has such a violent hack. Like he swings the bat so hard and so ferociously that, he said he's like 80 to 85% right now. I'm curious if he's lying about that, if he just feels really good and he just wants pitchers to be like, oh, he can't get to the inside fastball, or is he telling the truth? And like, he's got to figure out some way. I had some nerve damage in my thumb throughout my career, and it hindered me. And so I figured out a way to get rid of that pain when I swung a bat. It was very tough for me to go up there and feel confident. So I think all eyes should be on these rehab games. See how he's swinging the bat. See if it looks the same, if the speed is still there, if he's trying to get the ball out over the plate instead of pulling his hands in and trying to turn on a pitch. It's all going to be very telling. But I think both of us hope that it's just Bryce Harper's back.
How cool is it for those guys at Lehigh Valley? I mean, some of them, may have hung out with him at spring training, right? May have been in the dugout with him at some point, but to be with him for a full week.
It's awesome. Aura. Yeah, they're going to be eating good. They better be eating good. Lehigh Valley has some great food options. And I remember Sergio Romo, I believe, went and rehabbed there, and he got like a taco truck. Or he rehabbed somewhere and got a taco truck. I rehabbed, and I was with the Twins. We were at Lehigh Valley, and I actually got a Philly cheesesteak truck to come down there, and I fed both teams. So I'm hoping that Bryce has some nice stuff.
What is renting out a whole cheesesteak truck cost? What does that run?
I don't remember. At that time, bro, I was, you're making so much money, you don't even think about it. And that's the truth. I'm not trying to brag to people, but I think that year I was probably making the most I made in my career, and it didn't matter. You just knew you had to do it. You don't want to be one of those guys that doesn't do it. And you want to, for me, it's like if you're rehabbing, you want to be remembered. You don't want to just get some like Applebee's spread or something like that.
Red Lobster.
You want Red Lobster either. And that's like the biscuits. Now, biscuits are legit from Red Lobster.
I don't think I've had Red Lobster since I was 8.
They used to sell the biscuits at the grocery store. I've gotten a box of Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. Yeah, and they're delicious. So, like, if you want to go relive that experience, Chris, we can make it happen.
I got to admit, I'm starving right now. I've been up since about 6:30, and I haven't had anything to eat, so I'm hungry.
Okay.
All right. Old friends getting together tonight in San Diego. The Guardians and Padres will battle over the next 2 days. Mike Clevinger goes for San Diego tonight. He, of course, was traded a few seasons ago by Cleveland for the likes of Josh Naylor, Austin Hedges, Owen Miller, all of whom may be in the lineup tonight against him, and Cal Quantrill, who I think is expected to pitch for Cleveland on Wednesday. So who makes a bigger splash in this series, the former Guardian or the former Padres?
I think just by sheer volume, we're going to get the former Padres. And, we know what Josh Naylor's done. He's been really good against right-handers too. He's just got a good overall season. I think he's sitting, 808 OPS, something like that.
Yep.
Had it up. Yep. 808 OPS. That's Hawaii's area code, just so you know. And then Owen Miller, his offensive numbers aren't great, but he still has a positive WAR. We know what Cal Quantrill's done. And our boy Austin Hedges, he's got a little clip up here we're about to show. I think by sheer volume, I'm going with the former Padres. I think both sides probably, I don't know if the Padres would do that trade again. Seeing what Quantrill's turned into, seeing Josh Naylor out there, I think the Guardians have won this trade. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and they also, Gabriel Arias is a highly ranked prospect in their organization. He was up a little bit this year. And another kid, a left-hander, Cantillo, I'm not exactly sure where he is. He might be in Double-A ball, but people look at Owen Miller. He's shuffled around second occasionally to give Jimenez a break. He's played some first. He started off great at the dish, hasn't been that good. Naylor has been one of the spark plugs of that team. I mean, we've seen him go nuts.
Spark plug?
Yeah. And then
fucking fireball, whatever. Yeah, right, something more than a spark plug.
Fireball's better. And Cal Quantrill is a guy, he's not a big strikeout guy at all, but really solid middle of the rotation pitcher. Really like him a lot. And Hedges, now people look at his batting average and say, oh, that guy, he sucks. He can't do it. He's exactly what they want in Cleveland. Defensive-minded first. Let's get a young pitching staff through the game. That's why he's going to continue to be a big leaguer for the next 6 or 7 years if he opts to play. Now, he is on the latest episode of the Rose Rotation, which was released yesterday. And we talked about how excited he was to return to San Diego, where he spent the first decade of his career in that organization. He said, this may happen tonight.
Part of me wants it to, not go well, and it's I'm getting booed and no one really cares, and then I on my own call time and just give myself a 5-minute tip of the cap while no one's reacting. I feel like that would be good.
The Rose family will be in attendance right after this show. We are driving down to go hang out with our 21-year-old son Josh, and we're going to go to the games the next 2 days. So I told Hedges, I said, man, when you hear that standing ovation when you get up there, we're like, hey, Hedgehog, let's go get him. Yes.
Yeah, so he can tip his cap to you guys at least.
Yes, better. I mean, we're right behind home plate.
Oh, did you get show tickets, see Rosie?
Pretty show. We're there's the real special area. We're in the first row behind the wall. So you should still be able to see us. We'll be
is that a Rose family purchase? Is this a hookup? What do we got, man?
Tomorrow was a purchase.
Okay.
Today was a hookup.
Okay. Good for you, man. You deserve that.
Yeah, this is going to be a ton of fun. Brady had the best time last week. We went to the game on Friday, and, the Guardians obviously hooked us up. We went in the clubhouse. He got his jersey autographed by Stephen Kwan. I
saw that
out there. Yeah, that was really cool. So we had a great time. So that should be an interesting series tonight. Let's end with this. I told you I was hungry earlier, right? I will not be doing this at any point in the near future, as long as I'm still breathing. Yankee fan last night at the Subway Series takes a hot dog, puts a straw in it, and drinks his beer through it. Good with that or banned for life?
Now, I think we have to examine the video a little bit more. The precision that he had in making that hot dog straw, I think, kind of won me over. He sticks the regular straw into it and then sucks out the hot dog that went into the straw, does it on the other side to complete the hole through the hot dog, and it's perfect. And then he puts in the beer, and it had me thinking, like, okay, what do I like when I drink a beer? Well, you like salty things. You like, pretzels. You like peanuts, and hot dogs definitely go with beer. So I'm not going to knock it until I try it. And I think I will try it. It seems a little disgusting, but then I started thinking about flavor combos and flavor profiles and what goes together, Chris. And I got to be honest with you. I think this one might be a hit, dude. Like, kids can put licorice straws in Coke. Why can't adults do hot dog straws in beer? That's it, man. That's what I came to. At first, I was disgusted by it, but then my brain started working, Chris. And I got a big old brain up there, and I'm with this guy. I think me and him are on the same wavelength.
I can't do it. I could barely look at it last night. And I'm also wondering who's taking the video. Like, did somebody scout this out? Is this guy's second attempt at the hot dog straw beer? Right?
Chris, that is that guy's 100th attempt at the straw hot dog combination. Like, this guy,
horrible.
the way he did it was like he's been doing that his whole life, dude.
It's horrible. What a horrible idea. I cannot believe it happened. But you made it even worse by reminding me that he had to suck out the inside of the hot dog through the straw. I almost gagged when you told me that.
I mean, he's got to get that out, and that's like a little morsel to like kind of open the palate up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Just gross. It's gross. I can't believe I'm looking at it. I think I might be out on hot dogs, period, now. I really do. And I've had,
no, that's not
I think
true.
so. I think I might be.
It also depends on what kind of hot dog we're doing here, like casing involved, all that stuff, and what kind of beer. Like, you're not putting a hot dog straw in an IPA. You're putting a hot dog straw in like a lager or a pilsner, something a little lighter, because that's what it pairs with.
It's just, I'm not a fan. I can't do it. Banned for life, in my opinion. Final answer.
I'm with it.
What do you have coming up on John Boy Media?
Well, we are recording Wednesday's episode of Talking Baseball. After this, we're going to go over some of the rule changes that are happening in the minor leagues. And there's some crazy ones that are going on that I think are probably going to be good for baseball. So we'll talk all about those. James has something he wants to get off his chest about certain pitchers and the ability to get through certain franchises and why that is. So I think he's done some deep dive research in there. But that's it, man. What about you? What do you got?
So the latest episode of the Rose Rotation, Austin Hedges. That one is out. He's Austin Hedges. Talk about everything from his nickname, which is what an incredible 3 or 4 minutes that was, to his return to San Diego tonight. You want to listen to that before it happens. The play at the plate, where he blasted the umpires afterward if he has any regrets. We had a really nice discussion about what should have happened, where the play goes from here, if you'd like to see rules changes in the offseason. So a lot of good stuff with Austin Hedges. And then Tyler Glass now returns to the show on Thursday. So make sure you tune in then.
Is it his birthday today?
Who?
Tyler Glass now.
Is it?
You're a good birthday person. So I just saw on Instagram, he posted a picture with, I believe, who was his girlfriend, which I'm pretty sure he's breaking hearts everywhere, putting that picture out there. It said, like, happy birthday.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
For people that are,
God.
Yeah. See, Chris, you're a date guy. You're a birthday guy.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. We're going to have to do that. We just had Hedges just had his 30th last week, and now Glass now's got his 29th. So this is a big deal. I'm going to have to ring him up after this. This will be nice.
God, he looks good in that Instagram post. My gosh.
He looks good in any post. Stop.
It's ridiculous. It makes me upset, dude. Like,
people do not realize one thing about him. He is, everybody looks at how tall he is, and you're like, oh, tall and lanky. Dude is jacked. He is enormous. That's how we grow him.
What about his muscles?
We got to go.
Okay.
For our producer, who tried so hard today, Dan Rourke. and Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose. We will see you Wednesday on Baseball Today.